Good morning, everybody. It's Unfrequented World, and as you can see, there's still lots of snow outside, so I'm getting a little bit of cabin fever. So today I decided that I'm going to try to do some tests indoors to compare my two pointers. I got the Whites TRX and the Chinese knockoff, the GP pointer, and I'll show you the test setup. Just going to bury a few items and see what can be detected at what depths. Okay, so for today's experiments, we're going to be using those two pointers and a variety of coins. I've got a penny, a dime, nickel, quarter, loonie, and a 10-carat ring, and a little tiny nut. Couldn't find a little BB, but this is pretty small. So I mean, if you can find that, that's small. And I've taken this soil here and put it in this container, which is almost 6 inches. It's just a hair shy of 6 inches, and I put the soil a little bit higher, so it will actually be, I'll flatten it out so it's right around 6 inches. And we'll see if these pointers can pick things up at a variety of levels, depths, and whatnot. Okay, so the first thing we'll do, I guess, is let's take the loonie, the biggest coin we have, and we'll go right to the bottom here. And we'll put it down in there horizontal. So it's there at the bottom, and we'll turn it right over, push it right down, put the soil back over top, and then we'll try the two pointers. Okay, we'll start with the GP pointer. So it is finding it. At 6 inches, it is finding it. And this has the 360 degree, just like the Garrett, detection. So you can hold the pointer like this and it'll still detect coins. So I'm assuming if this is going to find it, then the Whites will as well. We'll try that now. Okay, so both pointers find a loonie at 6 inches horizontal. Okay, so we'll move on to the quarter. Put it in there horizontally. Pull our dirt back over. GP pointer. So it's not finding the coin until we get to about there. It was right about there. So at about 4 inches, it could find the quarter. Okay, Whites TRX. So it's picking the coin up before we even get down here. Likes it better than the loonie, actually. Okay, so it's right about there. So it's actually picking the quarter up, 6 1/4 inches away. So it really likes the metal in that quarter. Okay, I guess we're going to move on to the dime. Let's try burying the dime at 6 inches, and we'll see how they pick that up. Horizontal, right at the bottom. GP pointer first. So again, it is picking up the dime right at the bottom. Right in that 4.5 range. Right there. So I mean, GP's working pretty well. It's working better than I thought it would. TRX on the dime. Again, we can be over the 6 inches. I should mention that the TRX is set on the highest setting. So I've put that on there when I got it. In a previous video I showed you guys that, and I've left it on the highest setting. So in this light soil, it'll pick up a dime horizontal over 6 inches, 6¼ inches. I've actually lost the dime in there. I need one of the pinpointers to find it. Come on. Okay, so I got the dime out of there, and I just wanted to show you guys that a couple times now with the GP pointer, I am picking up some interference. So in the house here, there is lots of metal things around. You know, 1.5 feet away, the edge of the table has some metal on it. Above us, the chandelier has some metal on it. Plus, who knows, radio frequencies, whatever, I don't know. But a couple times, this GP pointer has picked up a signal where there's nothing, and it's just falsing a little bit. And you cannot adjust the sensitivity on this one. It's just on or off. So, I mean, it's performing better than I thought it would, but I just want to point that out, that it is falsing a little bit here in the house, which is a very extreme condition. I haven't noticed that on the TRX yet, but if I do, I'll be sure to show you guys that as well. So let's carry on with our testing. Okay, so in this light soil, both these pointers are doing extremely well. You know, 4 inches, 4.5 inches for the GP, just over 6 inches for the whites. So we're just going to go ahead and do one final test, which is just this little guy here. I'm going to push it down in the middle, 6 inches, and see if they can detect this guy from the top or not. You know, I think outdoor conditions will be the best way to test these pointers, but I wanted to give you guys just a sample of what they're capable of. And to be honest, I'm impressed with the GP. For 50 bucks at 4 inches, hey, it might be a good little pinpointer for people on a budget. So let's try this final piece and see what happens. GP pointer. Again, that's not bad. That's, you know, in that 4-inch range. So that's just under 4 inches where it was detecting that. That's actually very surprising to me. Okay, Whites TRX on the little nut. So again, it's detecting it probably just under 6 inches. 5.5, 5.75 inches. So they like the metal on that little nut for sure. Okay, I don't know if you guys can see this, but I've laid a loonie down on the table here. I just wanted to do a little bit of an air test and to show you guys. That soil's not really doing anything to stop the detection. Like, I'm getting the same readings outside of the box as inside, but that's what happens when you set up an experiment. I didn't pre-test any of this, so I think our findings would have been pretty much the same with all of those items. This soil is very light, and it's not really interfering with the signal from the coins and things, so there you guys have it. I guess we could have set up this experiment and just did air tests and we would have got the same results, but yeah, you don't know unless you try. So there's no surprises. The Whites TRX is a couple inches deeper than the GP, but maybe a little surprised that the GP seems to work pretty well. We're getting 4-inch readings on coins in this really light soil that I was using, but hey, for 50 bucks, it might be a good one to try out, guys. So anyway, from Unfrequented World, happy hunting, and we'll see you next week with something else entertaining.